Battlefield of Eternity, the next map at the RavenCourt. Guys, the games are getting better and better and better. Back and forth matches, I absolutely love it. So again, if you are not really familiar with the RavenCourt concept, this is pretty much a two-phase thing that we currently have going. First of all, the RavenCourt is an in-house league on the European server that takes place. It's all based on a bot that assigns MMR to players, and depending on your win and loss ratio, that MMR obviously changes, and the bot is doing his best to make lobbies that are as fair as possible. There's currently also the third season going on, and if you want to have more information, you can use the link in the description of the video to check the RavenCourt out and also see the current ranking of this third season. But the season also funnels directly into a tournament, so we're having a captain's draft tournament that will take place after we've gone through multiple of these sessions where the players can showcase their skills a little bit. Everybody can play with each other. The captains that will then draft out of that player pool for the actual tournament, obviously playing here as well, Cure for example being one of them, and they can see, okay, who can I work with, which one of the players might be a potential pick for my team, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot going on right now. These are just the exposition games, the games of the actual in-house season where they are playing, and I'm going to cover as many of those as I can, but eventually all of this is going to funnel directly into a tournament that is going to be hosted, so you guys can obviously check all of that out. As I said, the link is in the description. Also in the description, by the way, the link to Patreon. I want to give a big shout out to everybody supporting me over there. Thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate it, and everyone that is a supporter, you should know that all of this Heroes of the Storm coverage wouldn't be possible without you. I couldn't, 5 years after Blizzard killed HGC, still cover Heroes of the Storm if it wasn't for you guys. So really appreciate it. Thank you very much. In the game that we now have, we got our Li Ming pick very early. Now, Battlefield of Eternity is our map. That's another thing that I actually really like about the games that we had, at least thus far recently. We very rarely have situations where the same map is being played over and over again. We have a lot of map diversity, which is pretty cool. Normally what happens, once that the bot decided on two teams to go up against each other, it gives the players two options for maps, so you get two choices. And if you don't like either one, then you can go and vote in favor of a random map that gets assigned. And then whichever one of these three choices gets the most votes will go through. So in this case, Battlefield of Eternity was taken. I honestly don't know what the other choice was that they could have gone for, but that makes also for a pretty interesting system. Now, obviously, there's a couple of maps that we don't have in this pool. So maps that we've shown in other tournaments, like Meta Mapness, like Blackheart's Bay, and what's the Skull map? The shitty old school map. Somebody help me here. The Skull, Haunted Mines. There we go. Haunted Mines. Okay. So those maps, they are not really in the pool. By the way, we have a playlist also on the YouTube channel, so if you want to see some Haunted Mines games, if you want to see some Blackhearts games and all of that fun stuff, then you can check that out as well. We actually had some amazing tournaments over the last couple of weeks and months. We had the Nations Cup with a big offline final in Berlin. If you haven't seen that yet, you really owe it to yourself, if you're interested in Heroes of the Storm, to check that playlist out on YouTube. And there's also a Meta Madness and a Meta Mapness playlist. Both of these tournaments, all three of them that I just mentioned, are great. In one of them, you get obviously the full Meta Madness treatment. On the other, you have the offline event, the Nations Cup, where the countries going up against each other. And another one featured a lot of the maps that we don't see anymore in the current meta. So really, if you're interested in a bit more of a different Heroes of the Storm approach, you should check all of them out if you haven't watched them already. Nano with Alarak, so I actually like that really a lot here for Battlefield of Eternity. Now we're getting Nano boosted Li Ming on one side, and we now have Alarak together with Diablo Urel on the other. Ultralisk playing with Hanzo, and he actually suffered a loss on one of the games that we just commentated a while ago. So Ultralisk starting to lose some of the points that he accumulated over the first few times that he played here. But talking Battlefield of Eternity, we have our final pick for Hazu Ops, and it is Greymane. So they got Li Ming and Greymane to go up against the Immortal. And well, with that, we're jumping straight into the game. So let's go. RavenCourt strikes again, this time with Battlefield of Eternity. Game on! We have Battlefield of Eternity as our map, and on the left it is Rutsu on Ana. That's also a wild one. Rutsu playing Ana, didn't have that on my bingo board. Hazorps, he's playing Greymane. We have Dead Inside on Li Ming, Maitri on Blaze, and Lauba is playing Muradin. To the right side of the map, the red team, they switched things up a bit. Ultralisk is the one playing Alarak. We have Darkmok on Urel. Captain Rex is playing Brightwing. Nano on Hanzo. And Porky is playing Diablo. Okay, let's go. Ultralisk, unfortunately not going into the stacks. Would have loved to see it negatively charged on level 4 and him stacking it up, but we have the overwhelming power. We're still going to keep an eye on the sadism that he can bring to the table here. And he is currently busy up at the top side against Li Ming and Maitri's Blaze. For Li Ming, we got the Force Armor on level 1. And now, still our 2-3 split for the teams here, with Urel going into Dauntless as the level 1 choice. Yeah, down at the bottom of the map, Nano, he gets one of his favorite heroes, of course. He's playing with Hanzo here, so makes perfect sense for them to swap the heroes over. We have on the left side, Greymane still played by Hazorps. And that's going to be quite interesting in and of itself. So Greymane can be fantastic against the Immortal on Battlefield of Eternity. And so can Li Ming, of course, for different reasons though. Main reason why Li Ming is very good here is because you can just throw out combos like Dead Inside just did against Structures against the Immortal over and over and over again. And when you do that, what will happen eventually is that your opponent has to make a decision. Either they let those combos go through and the Immortal loses hit points and will eventually be won, or they decide that they throw somebody into the way of those combos, and that means you're running down their hit point pool slowly and can at some point eventually make an attack happen. Now that obviously shines as a strategy whenever there's a stalemate between the two teams, when they have to fight against each other, so we'll keep our eye on all of that. But it's one of the reasons why she's so strong, and then of course resets through kills, another big plus. Maitri going down, well played by the red team, using all of their displacement to push him into tower range, and that is the first kill of game number... it's not really a number here. I'm so used to casting like series, best of 3, best of 5, that I'm automatically reverting back to that, but obviously we're casting individual games here hosted by the RavenCourt bot, so yeah. It is the only map that will be played out in this particular constellation. So we have that taken. First kill is in. We now have Triumvirate on level 4 for Li Ming. First objective, of course, going to be announced in a second. There it is. And we have the teams preparing with their own Shaman camps now. We get the Chaos Reigns on level 4 now for Ultralisk. Teams would love to propel this forward to level 7 before they are going for the Immortal Engage, but that's unlikely to happen. They will have to make a stand before that. And already another play made for Lauba as they're trying to threaten him a bit further. We get the Incinerator Gauntlets on level 4 for Blaze, and Lauba has adjusted to the map as well with this build and went into Sledgehammer. Look at Porky, by the way. Porky and Ultralisk are so aggressive now with their movements. They're really diving deep into the heart of the opponent's side and trying to get kills here, or at least pressure them back and allow Hanzo to do his thing on the Immortal. And Hanzo is doing exactly that. So with his level 4 in particular, the Serrated Arrows, he is currently doing a fantastic job here, trying to win the halftime show for that. Getting very close on this one too, but it's a fairly even battle still, and eventually it is the blue team that pulls slightly ahead because they simply had more bodies on the Immortal. And they are again starting to race this. And if the red team wants to have a chance here, then they need to react to this, and they need to react to it quickly. Lauba is now trying to annoy Hanzo over on the right side, does that very well, chasing Nano as you can see, and Lauba is pushing him completely away from the objective, as we now have the blue team without mercy going for the first Immortal, and they lock it in with roughly 50% HP. So great job by Lauba to keep Hanzo away from the Immortal, and the rest of the red team just wasn't able to do the same against Hazorps and his boys. So now we have a chance for the blue team to maybe even take the fort down. It's maybe a bit ambitious to go for the entire thing, but just look what we have over here. It's a trap! They want Ana, and they might just get Ana. There's a hit, but nice! Alara gets absolutely crushed, and so does Brightwing. Beautiful reaction from the blue team. That was exceptionally well done. The sleep from Ana was absolutely perfect. Rutsu became the target as Porky went in, and instead of panicking or anything, he just hit Alarak with a sleep, and they were able to not only take him out, but also Brightwing. Beautiful play. Absolutely stellar. We're going to take another look at that in just a second. For now, it's the bot lane they broke through. They're trying to get at least the counter kill after they now also lost Diablo. But what a fantastic performance here from particularly Rutsu. So well done. And they're just continuing on this. I mean, honestly, if this continues, Rutsu is going to turn into a main healer. So, quick look at that play once again. Just check this one out. They come in, they go for Rutsu, and then the sleep hits fully on him, and bam! Alarak goes down, and Brightwing just a second later gets also killed. So well executed. Ultralis definitely didn't see that one coming. That went differently than planned. So, nicely done. But, well, up at the top, now that the blue team has started to gain a bit of momentum, they've also broken through the wall and started to take hit points off the opponent's forward tier too. In addition to that, we're now having at the bottom, of course, everybody is still starting to take these walls down, removing some vision from the opponent's team. Hazorps is keeping them in the dark, quite literally. And they're taking more of these waves out to get closer to level 10, lock in that Storm Talent. And since they're so far ahead now by an entire level, they might just be going for either a camp, a kill, maybe the top fort even. 13 seconds on this one, so they could definitely steal this away. Especially if they're getting kills now too. But if they want this camp, it's theirs, 100%. They just have to decide whether they want it or not. There's obviously still a little bit of poke that you can execute here, and they have towers to fall back to. But yeah, either way. Now as it stands, they are still trying to make a play for this one. Blue team is lingering around. They are not doing anything but go for the objective right away. That's just using their heroic abilities to try and take this one on, win the halftime show, and then play it out afterwards. So we'll see what they can do with that. 13,000 damage for Li Ming, 10,000 for Hanzo. Halftime show successfully taken. And at the bottom of the map, they now get the experience for level 10, so both teams with heroic abilities. But Urel gets taken apart before she can even react. They got level 10, and then it was just an absolute stun fiesta. Urel literally couldn't move, couldn't pick her ult, couldn't use it. And that is a 5 versus 4 advantage for the blue team. The coordination on their end is absolutely crazy. So well played here. Ultralis is again on the run, dodges out in so much damage, but he can't avoid it all. He goes down. Li Ming dies as well, so at least there's a counter kill. But Porky, he's dead. And yeah, they're just falling apart here. That is such a great performance by the blue team. They are just working. That is clockwork, honestly. And Rutsu really impressing here too. It's kind of crazy. He's doing such a fantastic job with this. They're going to keep him on support for the rest of his life. He honestly should miss a couple and die a few times, just running it down mid so that they are not trying to keep him on support for the rest of his life. 6 kills to 2. We got another objective, and this one with an even bigger shield. The blue team looking to destroy the top fort now, which should be an easy task, considering that they've already obliterated the wall itself. So here's the play. And they will also pick up another talent soon here. Yeah, Alarak sitting at the side, trying to move in. And Lauba checks him out. Here's the attack into the back line, and they immediately react to it. Diablo's coming in with it too. The stun is out. Ana gets attacked, and this time, Ultralix gets his revenge. Ultralis gets revenge for the earlier play. But can they save Diablo? Seems like they can, but they could not save that top fort. Diablo gets stunned again, and Greymane doesn't hesitate. Hazorps bringing in that German efficiency and killing Diablo. Diablo dropped. Now they go for Dead Inside, and they get the counter kill. So, well, that at least was pretty sweet. Without Ana, they weren't able to sustain themselves through this. So now it's 7 kills to 4. Yes, they have a level 13 talent advantage, but they can't do more than that. Another big combo from Ultralisk, and he's moving in again. Could try and get another kill here. Maitri and Lauber are both low, but are they low enough? The sleep dart from Rutzo shutting Alarak down. And that is the end of the engage for now. 2 forts destroyed as the dust settles, and a 1 level lead for the blue team. Very interesting game again. Really interesting game that we're seeing now. 7 kills to 4. Down to the bottom of the map, it's Darkmork with Urel that is just trying to stop all of this. Playing it safe, playing it slow. Just making sure that he keeps experience away from the blue team. Locks in level 13 for themselves. And since they are now on even talents with the blue team, they should be able to fight like this for the next objective. The problem is, we're seeing these kills coming in, just like this one. Another one. They are having such a nice coordinated attack every time they need to get a kill. They set some ganks up earlier that worked perfectly, particularly against Urel, of course, in that 1 CC chain that they executed. And now they did a similar move on Alarak, dropped him, 8 kills to 4, and thanks to that advantage in numbers that they are running, they can now try and poke the top lane down a bit. They're unlikely to destroy the keep here, but even if they just get another kill, poke them, maybe get their tower destroyed, that's all that they need to really do here. And Hazorps, as you can tell, is already on it, so that tower is about to get destroyed. They're also trying to lock in a kill on Porky, which so far hasn't really happened yet, but the fight continues. Now it's a 5 versus 5 again, so everybody is just going for it, and Alarak is trying to take Hazu down. Hazu able to escape. The tower, the entire gate and wall at top has now been destroyed. That keep is wide open. There's still a camp at the bottom of the map that's also doing a little bit of damage, as the arrow is just missing everything. Nano doesn't hit it, but they are able to get a kill on Alarak. The blue team able to get the kill. Lead Ming survives. Nano is looking to Hanzo her, but just can't pull it off. Everybody is so insanely low right now that you could see tons and tons of kills coming in if just somebody would be able to flip the script here. But it's not happening yet. Down here at the bottom of the map with the catapult and also the camp, the keep might suffer some damage. They need to send somebody back eventually, but that also would open up an opportunity for the blue team to go for the objective again. There's a big lead now in experience for the boys in blue. They are getting closer to level 16. Keep at the bottom of the map has already started to take some damage. Half a level for the 16 talent to kick in, and the halftime show was already won by the blue team. They're looking good, they're looking strong, and they're looking for more. Red team trying to bring this back. They got another problem at the top. Catapult soon on the keep. Thankfully for them, we're only 12 minutes into the game. But the red team has to be careful that they're not losing heroes here. They were busy on the camp, but they got caught. But Maitri and Lauber, they both survive. Blaze and Muradin still in play. Keeps are again taking damage. This time the arrow is fully hitting Liming, and she's dead. Diablo dies too, but he had his souls. And he's gonna come back in just a moment. But of course the fight over the objective is not over by any means. It's a 5 versus 4 on the map now, that's true. Diablo has to help out here, but the camp is now reaching the bottom keep. They're losing too much ground here. They're losing the macro game. The red team is in real trouble. They need to decide this fight very quickly. The problem is now they're going up against a team that has a talent advantage over them. And this is a disaster. Maybe thanks to the minion wave that just spawned, they can save this one. But it's still going to be tricky. Blaze is retreating. He's trying to get away. Diablo is following up at the top, but down here it's Darkmork who's in trouble. Urel is moving out. Hanzo is also trying to retreat here. They are pressured on every single lane right now. It's absolutely incredible. Yes, the keep is taking damage, but it's not going to get destroyed just yet. Or is it? Hanzo, he's trying to deal with it. Everybody else is just moving back down, trying to tap the fountain. And of course, one of the big problems for the red team is they don't have a fountain anymore in the middle. They don't. They have to retreat fully in order to top their hit point and mana pool back up. Top lane also in trouble. Level 16 talents are there. The blue team, they got time and they use it. They go back, they heal everything up. Full hit point and mana pools for most of the heroes, and now they're coming in with a level 16 advantage that I've been talking about. They're trying to run the show here with another quick kill, and they're getting it. Brightwing is dead. The Fruit Fly got destroyed. Trashwing is gone. Diablo is dead. It's a double kill that they're executing. The keep at the bottom of the map is incredibly low, and it's easy pickings for them as they're moving in for Alarak. Alarak. Ultralisk is down. He's ultra dead. And that's the loss of all the sadism that he previously accumulated. 13 kills, 2-5. Incredible plays now by the blue team. The coordination is nothing but astonishing considering that this team has just been puzzled together by the bot. Nicely done. Big push at the top lane now with the Immortal, but they're already on the core, taking the shield down. Stellar performance by the blue team. And of course, the boys in red, they're doing what they can to try and stop the onslaught, but it is nearly impossible at this point to stop this. 97% on the core. The top keep, it will fall 100%. The Immortal is going to solo that thing without a problem. Ultralisk again running into nothing. Gets again stopped, this time by the bunker. Perfect timing on that too. They're all hoping for more kills, and they're getting it. Li Ming is down. The arrow this time connects with 2. They could try and go for Hazo. Might try. Got nano boosted here. Nurel falls just as it seemed like maybe they can bring it back, but they're taking down Muradin. Ultralisk is popping off. He's absolutely popping off. The core gets attacked though. Ultralisk with a triple kill, and I don't think they can stop it. I don't think they can. It is game over. No, it's not. They have 3. Here comes Anna, and she gets destroyed. The fuck? Oh my god, 3% on the core. Anna trying to pull it off, a 5-man wipe against the blue team. But what can they do here? Ultralisk, he absolutely crushed it in that last fight, but it was too little too late, wasn't it? They still can hope. They still can dream, but it is not looking good. What a game once again. 14 kills to 10. Here comes the push through the bottom. Li Ming on her way towards the top. I mean, can't go for the core all alone. Has to wait it out here. So they're gonna get the fort at the bottom of the map. But oh my god. Absolutely incredible games right now. It's ridiculous. They get the fort. Li Ming is at the top, trying to solo it. Well, Muradin is dead, so that's a problem. Li Ming is on the core. Dead inside is trying to break through. Down here, they have to hearth back, and Nano is aimed. No, he gets interrupted. Nano gets interrupted. Alarak is coming top. Another kill. Anna is gone. Li Ming still trying. And might be able to pull it off, but no, here's Nano, and Li Ming gets answered. Get wrecked. Absolutely getting murdered here. And honestly, the blue team needs to stop fucking around. They might still lose this. They need to stop trolling. They can't just simply send Li Ming to solo this. They're throwing right now. Now, again, it's an easy one to take on. It's 3 points, that's all. But now the red team has level 20. The red team has level 20, so they're taking it. It's getting ridiculous. Look at this. Hazops. Okay, he decided, yeah, maybe not. But that is likely going to be 100% shield. Well, maybe not 100, but it's going to be a massive shield on the core. That's sorry, on the Immortal, so that's undeniable. And now we're 18 minutes in, so this Immortal is going to hit a lot harder. I think they did not... I honestly think they didn't really think the red team would properly fight back. That they would just give up, but they haven't. Nano has not died yet, by the way. He's the only one in this entire game that has not fallen yet. And this looks more and more like it's indeed going to be 100% on the shield. Yeah, they're going to get 100% on the shield. Alarak and Brightwing are trying to control the side lanes, and the blue team has to think about how they are going to play this now. Because at the end of the day, even if they just get catapults on the core, they're going to win the game. Or can they backdoor? You can only backdoor if you make it to the core. If your opponent controls vision, then it's going to be much harder. With a double camp at the bottom of the map, the blue team has to defend this, and this is what they're currently doing. So they're defending as best they can here right now. Yeah, attacks are still in. This one should eliminate the top fort, and they of course want more. Brightwing is still dealing with the bottom of the map, still dealing with the shamans. Captain Rex needs to take this down. At the top, they're trying to force him back so that they can at least take a keep down. And guys, once they have a keep, at least on the top lane, it would be equilibrium. That's what they're hoping for here. Alarak has 124 sadism now. So we are slowly looking at a game where there is maybe a chance again. It might be a small chance. I'm not saying they have a big one, but there's a chance. 3% on the core. That would be quite the comeback. They're trying the best they can. They open the top wall up. Brightwing is here now. It's a 5 versus 5, so they can try, but they gotta retreat. 14 kills to 14. What a game. And the blue team is, of course, hoping to now get a kill. Brightwing has some invisible friends, as you can tell. Alarak is sitting at 48,000 damage. 65,000 for Hanzo. And Greymane is sitting at 69k. Nice. Rewind for Muradin. Hasty bargain for Alarak. They gotta risk something. They cannot allow the blue team to just continuously push these lanes out. They cannot allow that. Brightwing is pushing out the bottom. Urel is moving in. Stormbolt, yeah, but still they're fine. They can take this camp. And there's the kill. Ultralisk again. How is this guy so damn good? He comes in, takes Liming down, and now they Hanzo Lauber. Muradin is dead. Muradin is gone. Guys, they just lost 2. Ultralisk again got the kill. Now they take 2 down. And the blue team is just sitting there because they can't do anything. Do they send Hazobs cross map? No, they don't. They can't. The top keep is likely gonna fall now. These insane sleep darts of Ana are still being thrown out. Rutsu is completely crushing that. Urel moved back, but the top keep is now gone. And here comes Ultralisk. Diablo following up. They force him to bunker. They force him to bunker up. Porky moves back out. Good stun from iTry. But Urel is now ready. And Hanzo. Nano is there every time. This is crazy. This is really happening. This is really happening. 3 points on the bloody core. And they're going for game. 18 kills to 14. The red team with a big comeback. Full on IGN moment over here. 6.5 out of 10. No comeback mechanics, baby. They're going for game. They can't take Li Ming down once again. She died 7 times. Li Ming died 7 times. And it is over. They win it. What a comeback on Battlefield of Eternity. GG and well played. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Alright, we're back to the RavenCourt. We got another game and we got a good one. We're in Cursed Hollow now and over on the left in blue. Dartmok on Blaze, 0 on Falstad. Ultralisk is playing Genji. We got Rutsu on Anduin and Ion is playing Muradin. Already, Light Bomb engage possible and multiple stuns that they can chain up to, with Muradin leading the charge on his Stormbolt and then Blaze following it up on it. Whereas on the right side of the map we got Hlopaka on ETC, we got Cure on Urel, Hazobs is playing Sylvanas, Captain Rex on Brightwing and Evixos on Maiev. Pretty cool combo here too, and especially when you're looking at the players. So Captain Rex, one of the most successful supports so far in the RavenCourt leaderboard. Hazobs and Cure also on the same team. And Hazobs has been struggling a little bit with his results in the RavenCourt. If you want to check out the leaderboard for yourself, you can obviously use the link in the description and have a look there. Quick reminder that all of this will eventually lead to an actual tournament. So we're currently in the 3rd season of the RavenCourt, which is an in-house league, an in-house bot, where they're pretty much trying to create proper lobbies with decent matchmaking and not the sad story that we're getting from Blizzard with the Storm League. So that's pretty much what's happening here. And already what's happening is a lot of action down at the bottom of the map as Falstad gets caught and killed. The birdie down. And first blood for the team in red. Hoping for another kill, which they can maybe even get against Ultralisk. Well, now that Muradin is coming in with the Stormbolt, this might change real quickly. Ultralisk waiting for his cooldown, but I don't think he can take revenge here, so it still remains at 1 kill to 0. As explained in previous games, what's eventually going to happen is that after the season, the players that participated in the season and that did well will be added to a player pool that captains will draft from. Therefore, teams will be formed, and those teams then participate in the actual tournament. So this is all a lead up. This is all a chance for also newer players to just play, showcase their skills a little bit, and recommend themselves for the pickings later on for the actual tournament. And we've seen a lot of players come back too. So Mopsio has already talked about him maybe participating. We've seen Macke, we've seen Lauber. Tons of players just chipping in on this, and of course the cool thing, at least about these warm-up games, is that we are having a lot of mixed teams, and that creates some interesting dynamics and also very, very crazy games. We had some comeback games that were just out of this world, and oof, Genji actually gets killed here. Ultralisk, okay, miscalculating a little bit, so he goes down. That's the second kill now for the red team. And with that, they are able to break through the middle of the map, and pretty heavily at that. The entire gate and wall is down, and thanks to Sylvanas, they can even start damaging the fort a bit. Now also Tether coming in from Maiev as they're looking for more. Yeah, focus on Urel. Cure is able to get out, and thankfully for them, Falsa doesn't have this gust yet, or that would have been a disaster. But look at Darkmorg. He gets killed. He's down. Hazops, though, also on the run. He's still alive, but he gets taken apart by Ultralisk as Genji comes in and drops him. 3 kills to 1. Another kill for Ultralisk. Brightwing is gone, and Genji is getting away. Insane. Ultralisk with 2 kills, and then he escapes. Well done. Really well played by him. There is a reason why he is currently leading the standings in the leaderboard. 3 kills to 2 now overall. Murden, he is currently going for Reverberation as level 4. Talon Bronzebeard Rage as a result on 13 is inevitable. We have Genji also stacking it up a bit on his level 4. And then down to the bottom of the map, we're currently looking at Ultralisk channeling the first tribute, so he's going to get this one pretty quickly. Alright, so far things are looking pretty good for the blue team after initially they lost 2 heroes, so they're definitely coming back here and trying for level 7. And we got 0 up at the top defending against Hazops. The power of Sylvanas, of course, split pushing. If you can get her onto the lane, that's always great. Skullcracker in for Murden. A few more mini stuns that they can have to interrupt the opponent. We already have the secret weapon taken. And Pinball Wizard and Loudspeakers for ETC is a lot of control during the team fights. Is really going for zone control here, with Urel speccing into the righteous momentum. Yeah, same time now. A bit of a trap late up at the top. Lopaka is just securing the flank of Hazops and is starting to threaten Anduin. And there's the attack. Nicely done. Anduin is still alive and they lost Sylvanas. What? No way. They lose ETC as well. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Check this out. The trap is set. ETC slides in. They want Anduin. They nearly get him, and instead it is Sylvanas that falls. Hazops gets killed, and they survive. Incredible. 4 kills to 3. Blue team taking over. Evixos is now trying to make sure that they're not getting another tribute, but Muradin finishes the channel and jumps in immediately to stun out Hazops again, who just came back into the game. So they're already chasing Sylvanas down once more. Quick slide from ETC, but Sylvanas still has to hightail it out of there. Needs to escape quickly. Yeah. Another attack now against Cure. Everybody's still fighting around this, and of course there's a leading experience at this point already for the blue team, but they're coming in again. Hazops low. Hazops taken down by Ultralisk as Genji comes in for yet another kill. 5 kills to 3 in total. They're still chasing, trying to go follow Parker. ETC sliding out, gets followed, barrel roll forward by Falstad. They're trying to get the kill. The stun, ETC is gone. Another stun on the left side, and Maiev gets murdered too. 7 kills to 3 and level 10 on the board. Heroic abilities for the blue team, immediately focusing their attention towards the boss. Another tribute spawning also in 25 seconds, meaning we could see a curse. There could be a curse here. and also push at the same time through the bottom of the map. Now, time is ticking though, and Urel is getting in position, so she's gonna try and channel this as quickly as she can. Everybody else is starting to rotate up, and they really need to be very, very quick if they want to interrupt this. Boss at the bottom of the map, false that he can always fly over. There's already the attack happening. Genji gets baited in, has to X-strike out, was actually following Sylvanas here. And there's the interrupt on ETC, the channel denied. And this is going to be a level 10 versus level 10 fight right here now. Boss at the bottom of the map, only Brightwing trying to do something about it. Falset is pushing in with it, so they got a lot of wiggle room there. A lot of globals that they can use here. Big value from the boss is going to take the fort down. Falset flying in. They were hoping to get at least cure, but they can't. And thanks to the positioning of the team and also the curse itself, we have now the first tribute on the side of the red team. But the fight isn't over yet. No, far from it. Instead, we're getting a stun and also a bunker drop quite quickly with a gust into the corner. They're trying to slow them down as best they can here with Urel jumping in again, but Q needs to be really careful with this. Wailing Arrow is out. Hazorps with Sylvanas turned around and was hoping to open up an opportunity for them. They're going for Q again, and jet propulsion gets interrupted by ETC. Nicely done. Good slide too, but Anduin saves the day for Muradin. Urel in the back. Here comes the light bomb, and Q runs straight into the stun combo, gets out. Muradin is gone, and so is Genji. They get a double kill, and there's the triple, baby. 3 are down at the bottom of the map. The fort got destroyed and the wall got opened up. In the middle of the map, though, it's another fort that fell. We have 1 fort eliminated on each side, and the red team is hoping to take down the top fort, or at least damage it. Nice back and forth. Once again, these games, they have been awesome. We have seen so many core races, comebacks, insane matches. This one is already shaping up to be another good one. Both teams at each other's throat, and 8.5 minutes in, we have 7 kills to 6. We are looking at nearly level 13 now. Great performance here. The hits are coming. And ETC and his boys, they are going at the top now for the boss, making sure that they get even more control over the top lane, and that should result in another fort being destroyed. Brightwing is already helping this up, but the red team is getting cursed as the blue team went for their 3rd tribute. And thanks to the Siege Giant, they should be able to defend that boss quite nicely. It's more so a question though how much damage they can do. How much damage can they actually do with this? We have Ion moving in on Muradin. Blaze is currently at the bottom of the map, an attempt to get a kill, but Anduin shuts it down quickly. Rutsu again on the support. He's been insane with his Ana performance. He already played support and role swapped in some of the games, and especially on Ana, he was just wrecking the opponent's team. Sleep darts were out of this world, and he was just hitting it straight up. Good dodge by Ultralisk as he goes up against Brightwing and now has to face off against my F2. X-Strike! Brightwing! Haha! Captain Rex! Able to juke him out, but that's a lot of resources that they're throwing on Ultralisk, and he is not impressed. They want him, but can they get him? He jumps out. ETC could go for the slide. He jukes it, but there's the mosh pit. It's a party! Moo! The mad cow is going for glory. Anduin gets killed, so does Muradin, and the curse is over. And at the end of the day, they didn't really do a whole lot with it. At the top, maybe the fort falls. Yes, it does. But that's all that they were able to do. So they lost 2 heroes and they only destroyed a single fort. Nothing else was done here. Falstad gets pushed back. We still have a lead in experience on the red team side. They are now starting to claw their way towards level 16. And they're looking fairly strong here. Especially the jukes against Ultralisk were of course fantastic. He was really hoping to get that kill on Brightwing, but he couldn't. We have 30,000 damage on the dot for Sylvanas, 30,000.5, a little bit ahead for Genji. So the two of them are fighting for top damage in the game. Urel is taking over the top side, trying to push this out. Ultralisk pushing a bit further. They're trying to bait him in here too, but the rest of the team is ready. And the disc is hitting this time. Hits Muradin. And with level 16, the red team now has the advantage that they were looking for. One more camp up on the map. They can go for the Bruiser camp and surely will. Haymaker, by the way, for Muradin, in case you haven't caught up on that yet. So we're looking for isolation plays that they could execute. Urel is already going for the camp, trying to take that. And the blue team is obviously only interested in getting the experience for level 16. They are trying to catch up. They got to. And the next tribute is again spawning on the side of the red team. It's not really forcing anything just yet. I feel a bit sorry for that unicorn. Fat Blaze with his armor is just sitting on the unicorn and breaking its back right here. So yeah, Peter has been informed. Don't worry. Falstead with the Gust. Zero has to dive out towards the bottom. Hazob's following even. And everybody jumping away from the boss. Nobody's interested in going for it anymore. Keep in mind, they don't have level 16 yet, so they don't want to force that fight just yet. They might change their opinion though now. Yeah, Meridian was probably going for that Haymaker and the isolation, but now they have the level 16 talents. And Anduin turns into the Pullout King with the double pull that he now has with the Glyph of Faith. Yeah, and there it is, already being used. Okay, Meridian jumps out. Here comes the Light Bomb engage. Trying to hit it hard. Can't quite get the impact he hoped for. But the cow gets interrupted on the dance. No mosh pit this time. Job well done. And everyone is retreating once more. Now, this little attack at the bottom should be shut down quickly, especially since this round of of minions is just spawning in the nick of time. But we also have an attack in the middle going on, and this is where the blue team starts bleeding hit points on their structures. Lopaka, careful, slides back, good gust into the corner. ETC in real trouble now. Yeah, beef is on the menu for the barbecue today. They want it and they get it. Nicely done. There's the kill. 8 kills to 8. Still the pressure in the middle thanks to that mercenary camp, but with the numbers advantage that they just established, they're hoping to go for one more. They want to go for the keep here. The problem is they're all in the choke point. They're losing Falstead way too early. Anduin is dead too, and they go for Darkmoth next. It's going to be another triple kill for the red team. They already took the second tribute. The damage in the middle has been done. The keep is wide open, and now they can go 4 additional camps easily. Even the boss gets pinged. Only 10 more seconds left before it's back. Topside double catapult starting to destroy towers and gates again. And they are just looking strong here. 11 kills, 2-3 now. Sylvanas, of course, also pushing the damage a bit further, has by now overtaken Genji fairly easily and comfortably. 47,000 damage for her. And while all of this is happening, we have the boss at the bottom of the map also active. As is, of course, that tribute any moment. So they can set that boss up towards the top lane, which they do, and then rotate down. Genji is trying to get the siege giants here. That's going to help with the defense. But this wall has mainly fallen, so if the boss makes it that far, it's going to get very interesting, since the blue team will have to react to it. Quick double check on the boss. So far, all good. They try and put Cure into a corner, but can't. Siege Giants have now been claimed by Genji at the top lane, so that's gonna provide some defense against the boss, but most likely not enough. Interrupts are already happening. Brightwing at the bottom of the map, still pushing this a little bit further, hoping for level 20, of course. They're only half a level away from it. Another move by ETC with the ult, but he gets interrupted again and stunned immediately, and killed by Falstead and Genji. Good kill. The frontline tank is gone. Falstead flying in deep, but Cure is having none of it as they are trying to do their thing, though. The boss is hammering away at the top side keep, but I guess they've already given up on it. They won't be there in time to save it any further. They go instead for the boss down at the bottom, hoping to repay them in kind. 9 kills to 11, and it is getting real tense here. I mean, real tense. Up at the top, Ultralisk is now trying, but I don't think it's happening. It's so close, but the keep falls. If they would have reacted a little bit faster, they might have been able to pull it off. Even an interrupt at the boss now that Ultralisk showed himself at the top lane. So, good reaction by the red team. They're realizing that Genji isn't there. Immediately they're going for the boss and start attacking it, even though ETC isn't there yet. Now they have level 20, but do they really make a move? Because the blue team has not given up on that boss yet. They know they have the numbers advantage. Here comes the Haymaker. Urel is starting to move out. Do they engage? Do they really go for the point with level 20? I doubt it. And they retreat. Light Bomb engage, and the stun. ETC is not here yet, but he's going to be here any moment. And then they're fighting against level 20 advantages. Blaze is so low that he had to retreat too, so they should really fall back here. The blue team is in real trouble. They gotta make their way past the red team, and it's getting tricky. Muradin falls victim to the delayed retreat. So now with 12 kills to 9, they have not only level 20, but also numbers advantage that they can use even further. A curse is going to hit the blue team in a second. There it is. The channel has happened. Cure moved over to the tribute and took it. The boss at the bottom of the map, yes, might take the keep down, but of course they are looking for more than that. They're looking for victory here. They're going for the core for sure, or at least so I thought. But currently they're more interested in a second keep. They're not moving to the top lane. They're not going for it right away. They want to play this a bit slower, a bit safer. Go for the keep first. Right wing is still defending, trying to take the boss down. Can't do it in time to save the keep itself and joins the fight. But at least this keep will get wrecked. Then again, if that's all that they're going to get out of this, then it is a keep for a keep. So that's not too shabby. 20 for both teams now. They're of course now hoping to get the keep in the middle too and remove the final structure. But the disc gets juked. Nicely done. Well played by Zero and Falstad. And they are zoning them away from the keep before anything else can happen, especially with ETC, of course. Now back to business with also Muradin back to business. Haymaker saving ETC more so than anything else. He thought he could get the kill with a Haymaker, but he couldn't. They're jumping in again, hoping to seal the deal on Q and take him down, or at least drop ETC. But the Bolt of the Storm is already being used. Catapult on the core. They slide the party, and they interrupt. But the kill might still come through. They take Falstad down. The birdie is gone. And they want more, and they're gonna get more. They go for Ratsu, and that is Anduin dead. 14 kills, 2-9. Dartmok rushing away, looking rough for him as well. This does not look good for the blue team. Just a second ago, it seemed like they might be able to turn this around to save at least the keep in the middle and maybe get a kill or two, but now they are fleeing, attempting to survive, and it's all being shut down by the red team as they are showing zero mercy here. They go for the core. They want to win this game on Cursed Hollow, and it's looking really good. Core dropping 270, 260. They drop it down to 50 and continue the pain. The defense is there, but only 2 heroes can try and defend. Muradin and Blaze are not going to be enough to pull it off. 20% on the core, and it is game as the red team locks in the victory and those juicy MMR points for the RavenCourt. GG.